I was born in Beachburg. We moved to a little farm in Horton. Is it Horton? We moved to town when I was 3 years old. So I've been in town pretty much all my life. I was addicted to cocaine for like 3 years there, but it started as just snorting it, but I'm a diabetic and I like to experiment. So it soon graduated from a simple snorting, but into injection. Yeah. And it got bad. It got really bad. And it slowly went from a gram every couple of days to, 3 grams a day, shooting it up like every hour to every half hour to every 15 minutes. There's a lot of fallout when it comes to recovering from a cocaine addiction, that type of cocaine addiction. And I'm here to tell you that I lived through it. I don't know how I did, because I should have killed myself 5 times over, injecting that much cocaine into my body. Like, I knew I had a problem. And the thing is that we don't have the resources. Like when they send you down to the Ottawa Civic, the psych ward, for a good 2 weeks. And when I first got in there, because I present with a lot of medical issues, like on top of the suicide, the wanting to commit suicide. Well, I didn't want to commit suicide, but because I mentioned the suicide work, that's where they direct you. And it's no place for any human being. It was like a jail cell. It was like, because when I went in there and being insulin resistant, I had a hard time. I was bedridden for the first 4 or 5 days because they wouldn't give me the insulin that I needed. The way it is now, they put you in a 3-day, 72-hour hold at the hospital when you present with suicidal issues. And then they send you down to the psych ward, or they try to get you some help depending on what it is. I don't know. Sending you to a psych ward is helpful, but you have to have the tools on the psych ward to deal with the incoming people. I saw a psychiatrist, I think the second day I was there, and there was no sit down and chit chat, pulling up psychological things or anything. It was just a hospital bed and nurses coming in tending to your medication. You'd have to have more doctors on staff at a psych ward, and not being so crowded, and more individual attention to everybody that presents up there, and to draw up a game plan. I don't know how I survived, how I got through it, but the mental health definitely was there for me, but I had to use it to mental health was a tool. Let's put it that way. And like a tool belt, you have a hammer, you got a screwdriver, and sometimes you have to have a switchblade or something to cut stuff with. Mental health helped me cut that. So mental health, if you can envision it as a tool belt, right? And you're fighting your addiction with the tool belt, which is mental health. Right? So you may use the screwdriver for something else, but I'll use that screwdriver to tune in the people that I want in my life and the people I don't want in my life, right? You have to learn to say no at some point. And mental health didn't say no. They kept coming to my door, and they would surprise visit me. And to me, that was because I live life right at my front door. So when you come to my front door, that's where my computer is, and that's where all my stuff is, right? Like where I sit all day at my apartment. You open the door, that's where I am. And so when they come knocking at the door, if I'm using their stuff, I try to hide, but to the point where I'm not hiding no more. I know I have an addiction, and I don't have a problem. Come here and look at this is what addiction looks like. And so I tell a lot of people I'm pretty upfront, and I don't. That's the way you have to be. Like, if you want to be honest with yourself, you can't tell any lies. And if you start telling lies, you got to tell more lies to cover the first lie, right? And being a taxi driver for many years, I know all about assumption. When somebody tells you a story, you assume it's true, and because assuming something makes an ass out of you and you, right? So I'm really careful about spreading rumors. But when it comes over the scanner that somebody is suicidal and whatnot, everybody wants to come down and gawk. And so every time I go up the main street, they say, "Oh, that's Phil. He went off. He's cocaine habit." So I think that's what happens. It labels you. The cocaine use labels you. I've got 1 year under my belt. March the 10th was 1 year. I I kept falling off the horse, and I kept getting back up. And thanks to the mental health and everybody in my corner, nobody gave up on me. I think Becky was one of the girls that saw me the first time in the hospital when they sent me down to the psych ward. She was one of the first ones, and she never gave up on me. And I think I have a lot of feelings for her because I gave up on me. Yeah, she did. Sorry. But yeah, I think that's the key to is recovery, is waking up every day and not giving up. Just keep on going. If I can say it, Becky brings me all those old feelings back, but she was with me right from the start. And a lot of the mental health workers won't pay you the time of day if it's not in the realm of their like if you're not on their radar. Like let's say I was at Becker's and I saw Becky, or at Circle K, she would actually say hi to me. And a lot of the healthcare workers won't. You know what I mean? Your work and this is not work, and that goes a long way to recovery when they touch your soul, and not just your mind. It's just all hospitals now kind of trigger me. So when I'm going there, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't want to have to think this way, but they're going to put me on the back burner because they know who I am. It's on my chart. Whereas when we're presenting without a chart, they would just take me for what I'm saying to them now instead of all that back history. And I think that's what the problem is with the system today, is that we're prejudging people before they even see the doctor. And with that prejudgment in mind, in the back of the doctor's minds, they've already diagnosed you even before they see me. So, but like I say, mental health seen me, and how they didn't give up on me. And every time I had a breakdown, they were there. And sometimes I didn't want them there, but in the back of my mind, I knew that I needed help because I couldn't do it by myself. You know, and it's hard when you've been doing everything by yourself your whole life. You know what I mean? I've always been a stickler about getting things done and helping other people. And now it's time that I need to help. You know, and Jesus, I'm telling you, some of those paramedics really stood up, and I get emotional thinking about it. But how I want to pay it back, and this is why I'm here today, is to tell my story.